Yeah, I know. I was like, I don't know how to do this anymore.
I know. How do we do that? I don't. It's not familiar anymore. I'm not on camera anymore. Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hello. Welcome
to
to
CNC, and just pretend that says cocktails up there.
Cocktails.
Even though I'm cheating today.
She is cheating, and I'm
Mine
actually
looks like a
having one.
cocktail, though.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a cocktail.
You don't have to have a cocktail. You can have a mocktail.
No, it's a
fine.
mocktail today.
Mm-hmm.
I am having a limoncello LaCroix, so it's with bitters, so it's kind of like a cocktail without the alcohol.
Yeah, you know.
And you know what? It's damn good.
Yeah, I've had that limoncello one. It is good.
Are you gonna say give my liver a break?
I was going to say everybody can. Everybody can give their liver a break.
Everybody should give their liver a break.
Every
now and then. It's a good idea. Yeah. You know, I don't have to have makers every day. I said I don't have to have makers every day.
As an ambassador, though, it is your duty.
That's right. It is like kind of like my job to partake.
Yes, and the delicious, delicious bourbon.
Mocktail.
Mocktail tonight. It is so warm in my apartment right now. Like, I just turned off the air, and I'm like already
just dying.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I won't talk about my nice, cool air conditioning.
No, mine is not. Yeah, I don't have central, so it's very loud, and so I wouldn't be able to hear. And I don't even know if you guys would be able to notice, but there would be a humming, and it would be annoying.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I admire your tenacity for doing this without air conditioning.
I'm just sweating out the toxins as we talk.
That's right. August in the valley. That is something to commend you for.
Thank you. Thank you.
It has been a while since we've been in this forum, this space, as it were. A lot has been happening.
A lot.
Yeah. A lot has been happening. My goodness. Shall we start with personal things first?
Sure.
Want to tell everybody what happened with you?
Yeah, I should, because a lot of people.
It's a good cautionary tale.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how to and what to caution about, but I will. Yes, I should say, because a lot of people were messaging me and texting me and checking on me, and I sort of, I responded to some, and then it got to be a little overwhelming, and I was just kind of trying to rest and recover. So Tuesday, August the 1st, I fainted on a walk and hit my head. I don't remember fainting. I don't remember feeling dizzy. I remember going on the walk and then waking up in an ambulance. And that's what happened. Face planted. So
straight down.
So when I was getting woken up, and I've also since talked to Bill about this, he was like, "Oh, you don't remember they put the phone to your face and I was talking to you." I don't remember talking to Bill at all. I have no memory of that. I remember the first thing I remember them was asking me what year it was. And since this has happened, and then I had to spend 3 days in the hospital, so there was a lot of time to reflect.
Yeah.
But they were asking me like what year it was, and I knew what year it was, and I couldn't get the word. I couldn't get the word. Like, I was just bizarre. Like, I can see it, and I cannot say it. And they were like asking me what. I was walking a dog. What was the dog's name? I could see him and knew what his name was, and I couldn't say it. I couldn't get the name. It just wasn't. So that was scary. A whole thing of like, oh, is this dementia? Is this what it's like when you're like, you're sitting in the hospital for 3 days, and it's like, oh, it's like it's there, but I can't.
You can't access it.
Things are not connecting, and I cannot access it. And then I was taken to the hospital, and because of that, and because I had such a face plant, and I was so disoriented, they wanted to run a bunch of tests, and it ended up just me having to stay there for 3 days.
Many days. Yeah. And hospitals are the worst place to get rest. the worst.
Yeah. And to be fair, I was taken to Huntington Memorial, and they were wonderful, 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 very attractive, very young staff. I was like, what am I on some TV
Well, there's
show?
that. Buddy's gonna like faint every other week now. Like, I did it again.
Oh,
I got the vapors. Well, we both went there.
But very, very. It was a great staff. But it is like, yes, if you're there and you're just on bed rest, you have a lot of time to think. And it was really, really scary. And I really thought, like, oh wow, I have been taking this for granted.
Yeah.
So what it turns out is that I have something called bradycardia, which just means see, I lost. See,
she lost her grammar.
I didn't get that head injury where I speak 6 languages now. That didn't happen. Or that
you can't play piano now?
Or I'm creating music like Mary Steenburgen.
Yes.
Right. That didn't happen. So I say what happened was, and now I lost my train of thought. Now I really have brain damage.
So bradycardia, which is
just means you have a slower heartbeat. And I think one of the precautionary tales in all of this is that when a doctor tells you to go on a certain medication, do your research to find out what the side effects are. Because a few months ago, I was put on high blood pressure medication because mine was just on a regular basis, just a little too high. Mm-hmm. But because I have a slower heartbeat and it's slow, it's like real slow, that knocks out a bunch of high blood pressure medications that I can take. And so the two crossing just was not a good combination. Another thing I was reading, because this has also been happening to me, one of the side effects is swelling in the legs and the ankles. And my ankles have been so swollen for several months. And I thought it was just because I was walking a lot more than I usually have been.
Wow.
Since I have been off this medication a week and a half, my ankles have not gotten swollen one time.
Wow.
Not once.
Okay. Yep. That's it is a good cautionary tale.
So do your research.
To really know what you're putting in your body.
Not just going, okay, sure. You know.
I mean, because I do. If somebody prescribes something, I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah. Okay. Good to know, everyone. And we should mention the heart rhythm that you have is shared by athletes often.
Yeah, they kept telling me, they're like, it's not such a bad thing. And it is fairly common, but people that are very active tend to have lower heartbeats. So it's not like dangerous. I just have to be mindful about medications that I'm taking. If it gets below, like, the nurse woke me up. The nurses were waking me up at like 4 a.m. every morning to give me like this blood thinning medication. I was like, 4? Yeah. I'm like, okay.
They're like, can't do 6. Or...
Yeah. Like, do you know your heart rate is at 40 beats per minute while you're sleeping? I was like, no. How would I know that?
Sleeping.
But thank you.
Trying to sleep.
Yeah. So I have a lot of follow-ups. I had a follow-up today with a different doctor, and then I'm going to get a heart monitor just to make sure nothing's it's not serious. I just have to wear it to see if there's anything else that they want to look for. But the CT scan, EEG, I had this thing, EEG, and so they put all these things all over your electrode things all over your head, and then you like close your eyes for half an hour and they just like flash lights in your face. And I was like, oh, this is like that episode of Star Trek Next Generation, 4 Lights.
Of course,
where they're trying to like gaslighting Jean-Luc Picard. And he's like, there are 4 lights. I mean, I have to really disassociate when I'm in situations like this. So I like pretend I'm in TV shows. So
that's understandable.
But it was scary, but I had you to help me very much, and thank you for everybody who was reaching out, and Bill, who came into town to help me up with work.
Bill's the one who alerted me, and was very worried because he said you were asking him to go there when you normally know he is not in town. He doesn't live here anymore.
Yeah.
So So yes, it was scary. We were all worried for you, but I think I can share the sentiment with everyone that we are all very happy to know that you are okay. So
again, it's one of those weird things of like your body is so strong and so fragile at the same time. You know,
absolutely,
so.
absolutely, yeah. Just a little side story about bodies and health. We went to go see my brother play last night out at Herb Alpert's Vibrato.
Who's been moonlighting as a burlesque teacher.
Yeah,
I noticed.
Yes.
At a dance studio.
Look it up. New York.
Tony.
Tony is moonlighting as a burlesque instructor.
Loves his
burlesque. So he loves it. He loves it. My mother slammed her finger somehow in the hinge of a door.
Ooh.
It's bad. It's nasty.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's definitely losing a nail. She cut a major gash here, and
oh god,
that's where I was bandaging it up last night, going.
Yeah, I gotta give it to some of these nurses. Good for you guys, because
my goodness,
what you have to deal with. Oh god, yeah. The finger,
nasty. And then I realized many years ago, in the early 2000s, maybe 2000, I got the same exact injury by slamming my finger in a BMW door. Same place. My middle finger was doing that a lot. I did that a lot. But only because it was bandaged.
Yikes.
Yeah. Everybody, be careful. Be careful out there. It's a dangerous world.
Yeah. Oh yeah. One thing you told me there, you were like, "Oh, at least you didn't get the black eyes or whatever." And then I hadn't even looked at myself. I finally got home and I went, "No, black eyes."
A while.
And I still have a little unicorn bump right here. But then yesterday,
that's special.
Yesterday I was in the pool. Because I was house sitting, so I was taking advantage of the pool one more day. And I was like, "Oh, I'm not wearing makeup, and the black eyes are gone, and I feel cute. So I'm gonna do a selfie." And then I look at the selfie. Oh no, the black eye is not gone. Because I had my eyes closed. This whole eye is without makeup. I look like the dog from our gang. It's all right here.
Oh. Well, at least it's all just cosmetic at this point.
Yes.
That's
yes.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yes. Yep. Well, we're grateful for that.
Yeah.
Those of you who are watching, if you want to comment and let us know what you've been up to, you can comment via Facebook, YouTube.
Or...
Yeah, anybody else?
But you were part of the Eras Tour extravaganza that happened here in Los Angeles.
I was.
Which is, you guys, this thing is huge in LA. Huge.
My goodness.
Everywhere, but
yeah. I mean, it was big. I will say for many, many years, I have always, and many of you saw my post on Facebook, and I'm going to say a lot of the same things, so you can tune out for a second. But for many years, I just felt irritated by Taylor Swift. I know we mocked her, one of the awards shows when she was playing piano and flinging her head around, and we were like, oh, come on, drama. But I've always respected her. I was okay, well, she's very talented, but annoying, as I describe her on Facebook. Oh, hi, Eddie.
He just knocked over his cat tree. It just fell into a lamp.
Nice. I likened Taylor Swift to Rachel Berry in Glee. So super talented, but super irritating.
Well, she's always excited. At a work, she's always to this day.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Taylor.
But I gotta say, that was probably the best live show spectacle I've ever seen. 3.5 hours. The girl does not stop.
Selling out SoFi.
Selling out 70,000 people. 6 nights. Oh, I have a delivery, I think. Hold on for a second. You talk for a second.
Set 6 nights, 70,000 people. I will say this: Taylor is not
Can't stop Amazon.
Taylor's, is not my cup of tea, but again, I love the production value, and I will say I got obsessed with watching her dancers, her TikTok on TikTok, because there were people specifically following the dancers on this tour.
Right.
In particular, this one kid, Cam Saunders, who I just love, and I just love watching him dance. And he's gotten a lot of flack from people online, mean people, of course, because she uses dancers of all shapes and sizes.
She does.
And I love that. They're just good dancers. And that's what you should have on your tour.
And super entertaining. They're great. And he in particular is really, really fun to watch. Yeah. Very fun to watch.
Great. Yeah.
But yeah, it was an amazing show. The only time she stopped was when the audience would not allow her to go on because they just continued to cheer for over 10 minutes. And I'm not exaggerating. No. It was literally just like for forever. It was crazy. And then the thing I really loved the most was seeing not only women, men, families, all ages, like literally all ages, and people dressed up and so happy and so excited. And I didn't pay thousands of dollars for a seat, I'll tell you that, but I had amazing seats. And it was just so fun and so heartwarming, actually, to see people sharing that sort of excitement and enthusiasm together for this person who makes them feel something, and totally respect. And you know what? I knew a lot more songs than I thought I did.
Well, I figured you would, because I was like, my kids. Like your kids are singing all this stuff.
All my students, I used to do after school singing classes, and every little girl wanted to sing a Taylor Swift song. And oftentimes in the class, 5 girls would want to sing the same Taylor Swift song. So I would have to limit and go, nope, only 3 of you can do the same song, and the others have to pick a different Taylor Swift song. So
certainly
you can see why I was a little irritated.
To choose from a 3.5 hour show.
Yeah.
How was Haim, by the way, great. Who I love?
They were great. They were great. Really fun. Who I really loved was who opened
Gracie?
Gracie Abrams. Yeah, she was really good, really great. And again, like just young and charming and talented, and it was really nice. Yeah. It was, so overall, it was crazy to be a part of that. And we were hearing horror stories about getting in and out of SoFi and how terrible it was going to be. And I was there once before, and it was a nightmare then. It was for Rolling Stones. But got super lucky this time. Super lucky. Nice. Breezed in, breezed to our seats, breezed out. No problem. So nice. All in all, a very good experience. If you are they're continuing still, I believe.
Yeah, she's going overseas, but then she also
yes, that's right. They're going overseas.
Miami, Indiana
for next year, right?
And Canada for next year.
Yeah.
No.
It's a great show. If you can get tickets at face value, I recommend going. Don't spend thousands, though. I mean, that's insane, but
some people did. Some people. I was just reading about this.
I was tempted to sell my tickets because do you know how much I could have sold my tickets for?
Yeah. One kid spent $10,000. I mean, he went to several shows, but he spent $10,000.
Yeah. I was looking. I will admit, 2 days before the show, I started looking on like StubHub and Vivid Seats, and I think the least I could have sold my tickets for was about $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
I did not pay anywhere near that, guys.
Yeah.
Nothing near that. I paid a fraction of that.
Yeah.
So it was tempting, very tempting, but the experience with my daughter and my friends was worth it. So I'm glad we went. So.
And I have to say that sort of leads me into because it was all a similar vibe, and I just kind of love that this is happening for whatever reason, but the Barbie movement, like it's the same sort of thing. Like, I mean, it's like all of these people dressing up, enjoying this like moment.
And it's silly fun.
Lovely. It's lovely.
Just silly
it's just
fun.
Happy and nice, and
it is very wholesome fun. If you can, it's like it is very wholesome fun. The Barbie movie is just silly and fun with great messages, you know, told in a really fun way. I know there's a lot of backlash saying it's male bashing, and it's not, I don't believe it's male bashing. It's certainly making fun of a certain kind of
but it's
behavior.
It's bashing the patriarchy is what it's doing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think we can all relate to that. Like, there are, you know, I mean, America First speech, which everybody is, you know, iconic at this point. I mean, that's sort of like,
even if you don't go see the movie,
that's the heartbeat of the messaging of that movie, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If for nothing else, look that speech up. If you're not going to go see the movie, look up that speech, because it really is beautiful. And that is the moment in the movie. A Barbie movie made me cry.
I know.
Barbie movie. Yeah.
Which, like, the production design is fantastic. I mean, like, they just put a lot of care into it. And again, it's just like, I think, you know, you see this throughout history or whatever, you know, like you go through a certain time, say we're coming out of the pandemic and being locked down for all of these years. And then all of a sudden we have these moments of that it's just pure joy and light. And it's like, I think that it just starts to grow and grow because it's like, we need it. Like, we just want to feel good and we want to feel connected because we haven't for so long.
Yeah. And even, I mean, I know a lot of people still weren't going to the movies. So even to have that moment where people are going, I'm going to get out and go do the Barbenheimer, you know, thing.
Yeah.
It's just a moment in cultural history that I think will be remembered as like, and which seems silly that it's going to the movies seems like a cultural, you know, moment, but it is. It honestly is. And it's people have been for 3.5 years, you know, not knowing what to do. And you know, so it's just, it's nice to feel that and to feel like a camaraderie with other people.
Yeah.
You know, again, you know, I think that's what a lot of people throughout the pandemic really, you know, we really missed was having those connections with people. And certainly for the last year or more, I have been getting out and doing that, but I know a lot of people that haven't. So for people to step back out into the world a little more fully, I think is a big moment.
And also that these moments are led by women, I just kind of love. Because I do remember, you know, like Batman 89 was a big deal. We stood in line for tickets for that. You know, you stood in line for that movie.
Yeah.
It is something to say, like, oh, these two things, the Taylor Swift Eras thing and Barbie, which is written and directed by a woman, produced by women, you know, it's kind of cool.
It is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It absolutely is cool. Yeah. What else? I think we should, I mean, I know we've been talking about a lot of like more lighthearted things. Maui, very
horrible.
Terrible. Maui holds a very special place in my heart. I've had a lot of wonderful times there. I've always fancied myself that I'm going to retire there someday. Not that I'll ever be able to retire, but
I can't at this point after this hospital stay. I just resigned myself to, okay, we're working forever. All right.
Yep. I have my heart is in Maui.
Yeah, we both love Hawaii very much.
Yeah. There's a lot of people really suffering. I mean, oh my God, when I think about historic Lahaina town, all of that just lost. I have friends who've lost businesses. So many people lost their homes. Many people lost their lives. It's really, really heartbreaking. I'm going to, for a second, throw up a list, but you know, you can find these. We're not the definitive voice on where you should be donating, but if you can donate, this is, look, my breast mammogram screening could come up too right now if I wanted to.
Oh, I have a giant bruise. Speaking of, I have a giant bruise on my boob. So I think the paramedics are getting a little handsy there.
Oh, enjoy. Civilbeat.org has a great list of ways to help all across Maui. Great places to donate. Maui Strong is a big one. So that's from the Hawaii Community Foundation, Maui Food Bank, Maui United Way. Obviously, Red Cross, Salvation Army, all those places, public schools of Hawaii. I mean, if you go to civilbeat.org and look for Maui, how to help Maui, you're going to find a giant list of things you can do.
I know. Yeah. Jose Andreas's World Central Kitchen is in there, and
Yes.
he's fed over 16,000 people at this point. Like, their boots on the ground, like bringing food in directly. Yes. And there's a lot of GoFundMe, like I'm sure you guys are running into GoFundMe for people that like we know or related to somehow.
Yep.
But
my friend's sister and her son are directly affected. I mean, I have a cousin and his wife live there and are doctors there, and it's just
it's horrible.
It is horrible. It's heartbreaking.
And don't go vacation there right now, you dicks.
Maui's closed.
I see people either just like pissed off and still trying to get out there. People are losing their lives. Everything.
Yeah.
And your vacation can wait.
Yes. And the people in West Maui where it was, most damage, they need to go to the other parts of Maui. So don't take up their resources.
Yeah.
They need that. This is their home.
Insane to me.
So stay away, donate from afar, help from afar, however you can. But don't plan any trips right now. That's eventually, we want you to, they're going to want people to come back as tourists because that is the main industry. And we will have to go back, but that's not this time. This is not that time right now. So don't go now. So there.
It's just it's just shining even more of a light on climate change. And we're probably preaching to the choir at this point, but I think we've seen a lot of weird freaking weather and things happening lately. I know even here in LA, and the weird humidity or the rain until June. It's just
really unusual.
Everything is all over the place right now. Yeah. And I just think it's just more of a tell of, your children are going to be living in a Mad Max kind of a world,
Yeah. I think we got to revive our Soldadera.
I think we should. Revisit it.
Yeah. All right. Any other big news coming up or that we've
I was just trying to think. There's just been so many celebrity deaths. Tony Bennett died. Tina Turner died.
Since we last met, yes, so many.
I kind of want to talk about the Lizzo stuff for a minute because I want to see if I feel like maybe am I just old, but so there's been all this Lizzo drama. Of dancers coming out and they're suing her for sexual harassment and a bunch of other stuff and religious harassment from the choreographer Charlene Quigley, who I've actually taken a Bill's class because she's super Christian, I guess, and she's just shoving their. So I agree with that part. Sue her.
Yeah.
But I was reading through the things and I was sort of going.
The complaints.
Yeah. And I was reading through the documents. Everything is public. You can read the lawsuit.
I didn't read it all, just what I heard. So
I feel like they're doing a show.
Yeah.
And again, maybe I'm just being old and we're from an era where people get crazy and go bananas or inappropriate at some points, but none of it to me ever seemed like, okay, well, she never told you had to do, and she never told you had to go to this club in Amsterdam. You just went.
I don't even know. I mostly just heard about the body shaming, but again, is ironic.
No, but if you read it, it wasn't body shaming. She thought. It seemed to me, and this is from what they are saying also, this is not from her. It seems to me like they were saying, it sounded like they were depressed and she was saying, you guys, it seems like they were gaining weight and they were not taking care of themselves. They seemed sad and they seemed depressed. So they were checking, That's what it sounded like to me. Again, I feel like, I don't know.
What's the story with the one dancer who says that she was, false imprisonment until she showed them her phone?
Oh, I don't know about that one.
That's one of the allegations. False imprisonment. They were kept her in her hotel room until she showed them her phone because they had heard she had said something publicly or something. Or, I don't know, something.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
I don't know. I mean, certainly I know we definitely are from a world in theater.
We crossed the line and stuff, sure.
Yeah. I mean, how do you think theater got its reputation?
Oh, that's another thing.
Chains.
That's another thing we can talk about, the Ariana
showmances. I mean, come on.
Like,
we're not minimizing anybody's experience.
No, not at all. But I think that there's a difference between abuse and being inappropriate or something.
Yeah, or just something where you can't. I mean, if you can't shut it down, that's not cool. I don't like it.
Yeah. But it never seemed, from what I've read, it just never seemed like they were just like, well, we felt if we didn't, we would lose our jobs or this or that. But it was never said to them, or it didn't seem like it was ever implied that you will if you participate in this nightclub in Amsterdam that you went to. But I don't know.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I really have no idea.
No idea, but I wasn't there either. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
But then more theater drama then. Ariana Grande and her little SpongeBob sweetness that she's hooking up with, that everybody's like, again, piling onto her for breaking up a marriage. Oh. So so the guy
had no choice in the matter. No agency.
Away.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way, guys.
I'm so
it's not how it works.
Of that. It's like it happens all the time.
Of course.
Yeah. When the Angelina and Brad thing, like going back that far, it's like, you think Brad didn't have a choice?
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Yeah.
Psychos.
Ever heard the phrase, it takes two to tango?
Yeah. Yeah. I also go, this kid was married, to his high school sweetheart that Ariana is now dating or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, well, high school. I'm surprised it lasted this long. But,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I hadn't heard that, but just in general, that always irks me because it just doesn't work that way. It takes two people. You can't force somebody to have an affair with you.
No, if something's broken, it's broken. And it's for other reasons. It's not Ariana Grande's fault.
Right. And if she's the single one and he's not, then yeah. All right. Well, so we've covered gossip. We've covered real news. We've covered personal news.
Love theater gossip, though.
Theater gossip's great.
Oh, this was funny because somebody was like, I forget. I saw like a TikTok video of somebody going, well, he's tarnished his career, this kid that's now dating Ariana. I was like, do you know anything about theater? Do you know about Christian Borle, who cheated on Sutton Foster with Laura Bell? But I mean, like, it's just go through the weeds of theater back to Shakespearean days. Like, this is what they do.
Doesn't matter.
It's called showmance.
It's called showmance. Also,
all the time.
I mean, pick up a People magazine.
Yeah.
People don't care. Our memories are this short.
Yeah, nobody's tarnished anybody's.
No, it's not. It's people do shit. That's the bottom line. People do shit,
and you can get away with it.
And you have to learn how to deal with it, and you have to learn how to move forward in life.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Felicia Rashad still supports Cosby, so I mean. You're always going to have a supporter around. Yeah.
There's that.
No matter how shitty you are.
Nope. So there you go. No, there's no tarnish.
I'm certainly not saying this little ginger is Cosby. That's not.
You what?
That's not the same. The little ginger that Ariana's dating now.
Oh, yeah. No. No, that was not
the same
that was not the
situation.
comparison. No.
I'm just saying you can do shitty things and your reputation will not be tarnished.
How many people do I know in my, personal theater community? I mean, come on.
Oh, well, should we start? Should we get them
No.
on the phone?
Nope. 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 Should not. All right. Well, we do every time we pop on again after a long hiatus, it makes me want to do more of these, and then we get busy. But we really do want to do more.
Yes. And we want to get back to our interview shows too. We're
Yes.
trying to get people lined up for that. So
yeah.
We'll get back to we'll get back to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And sooner than later, there's going to be a live show again that we're going to be telling you all about. So so stay tuned. Don't forget to Claudia has uploaded all of our CNC and conversations as podcasts. So anywhere you get podcasts, you can find that. And they're really entertaining. There's some really not to toot our own horn, but there's some really great interviews. We love them. They're so much fun.
And you know who we should get back on? We need to get Ed back on for his book.
Yes, we do.
Because
his book will be released in October. So yes, we're going to line that up.
I'll just
Rochelle, if you're watching, tell him he has to do our show again.
Well, I'll just do this little spoiler because they've already done a thing on TikTok. They've had him read a chapter. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. They've had him read a chapter about his time with Charles Manson. Yeah.
What? Charles
Manson at Spawn Ranch. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
I can't wait to hear. Oh. All right. Yeah, Ed has definitely lived a life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna just go ahead and announce right now that we're gonna have Ed on the show.
Yeah. He's coming back.
He may not know it yet.
Ed I mean, 2.
Publicists be damned.
Yeah.
But yes, we'll at some point we'll talk to him. Get him on here for the show. And you know what? If not, we'll just read the book and talk about him. And you'll have nothing. Better yet, we'll have just Rochelle on.
Yes.
That'll show him.
God.
That'll show him.
So fun. Yes.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back sooner than later, but not in the next 10 days. Because I'll be gone 2 weeks. Please subscribe, like us. Let's get that those likes and subscriptions up for us. We're nice people, mostly.
Yes, please.
But Claudia needs the help for her medical bills. So
my brain
make us famous
right here. Yeah. Listen, if I come into some decent money. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm putting a Starbucks at Huntington Hospital. That last day I was there, I DoorDashed food.
Good for you. And I offered to bring you food, remember?
No. Brain.
Right. I did.
No, you did. No, you did. But this was like the middle of the night and I was like, I need coffee. Like I need a real coffee. Like this is it's so bad. Even my roommate, Miss Kelly, 80-year-old Miss Kelly, her 5 creamers weren't cutting it.
Yeah, I don't think hospitals are known for their coffee.
Oh, my God. I was thinking about Stephanie, my sister. She was in the hospital for weeks when she was pregnant with Juniper. Like, how do you do that?
That's right. I'm seeing Fran popped on here, but Fran de Leon. But it doesn't say anything. She just popped on. Hi, Fran. Fran is currently touring the country with Playfair. I don't know where she is, but she's somewhere back east. Last time she checked in, she was in Virginia. I forget where she is now. But hello, Fran. Thanks for joining in at the end there. We love you and miss you. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We will return. Hi. There we go. Hi.
Yeah, we got a comment.
There. All right. Again, if you subscribe and like us on all the things, you'll know when we do this again.
Yes.
There. So there.
Read your medication, the side effects before you take it.
Yes. Read your medication. Read up on your Lizzo stories. And go, please, if you can, donate.
Donate.
To help Maui. If not, just spread the word at least for
Yeah.
other people who can donate. So, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you all. We love you. Adios.